We sometimes forget this. We forget this in the age of digital media, that in the end, it is either force or ideas that win the day. And force isn't necessarily clever. It's not funny. And it's not accompanied with a video of a cat barking on YouTube. The ideas of the day are those that are delivered steadily, one by one, until everyone hears it. You don't do it with sizzle, you do that to steak. The fanciest technology won't save you if you don't have some big idea behind it, if you don't have history to back it up. Now, why is this on my mind? Because today begins our Restoring Love events. Tomorrow, the world changes again. There are 20 countries that are coming, and people from all 50 states to meet tomorrow night in American Airlines Arena. And some of these people are coming from countries, and some of them are the same people that approached me in the last 2 years in Italy and Austria. They've asked me in New York. They've flown over to meet me. People have met with me from the EU, in Israel. Glenn, how do we build a tea party? Can you help us? They want their own tea party. But here's the thing. They can't have a tea party movement. They can understand intellectually why we chose the term tea party, but they don't understand it here like we do. You know, we don't get together and drink tea. They don't understand what the first tea party was, and even if they do intellectually, it's empty here. The people over in Europe have no appreciation for what the term really means. When Americans say, let's have a tea party, we're not talking about fancy saucers. We're talking about a revolution against tyranny, but one that didn't start here, wasn't here. It is actually won by farmers with pitchforks, really, against the highest technology of the age, because we had the big idea. And if you don't know American history, you don't know that. And so I urge our friends, the friends at FreePack, the global freedom movement, find your own traditions. And if your country doesn't have one, if your country doesn't have a tradition of freedom, then be the pioneer. Blaze the course. It may not seem to be as dramatic as our Tea Party, but I got to tell you, as our founders were dressing up as Indians, I doubt it seemed that dramatic to them. In every man and every woman, no matter where they are, there beats a desire for freedom. Every man and woman has it inside of them in every nation. There's a natural hatred of tyranny, a natural dislike for concentrated power. All men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The goal of FreePack is to bring that out. But there are no shortcuts. There are no easy paths. You don't put that here on a Facebook page and expect it to blossom. You can't tweet yourself to freedom. You have to do the hard work. And here's what the real hard work looks like. First, you call a meeting at a local restaurant, and you invite your friends, and you see who comes. And if you only have 3 or 4 people there, yes, you try to get a 4th or a 5th. If you have 20, you try to get 25. You have 50, you go for 60. Get ready to argue with each other first about your goals. Get ready to use more than 140 characters, because if you want real freedom, you have to be a little more clever than 140 characters and a smiley face. You have to be more than tax savvy. You have to be smart, energetic. You have to know history of the world and your own country. If you're planning on doing this in Europe or Africa or Asia, you can't call it the Tea Party. You have to find your own historic touchstone. You have to be authentic, and it has to come from the people. It has to be rich, and I'm not talking about money. This Saturday night, we will meet, you and I, for a rally to restore love. And if you're not from America, steeped in American history, the phrase restore love, you probably wonder, what are you talking about? Are you giving away hugs and kisses? How is that going to change the world? Read Gandhi. You may not know what the word really means in America, love. It's deeper. It can't be summarized in 140 characters here in America. Love's about charity. Love is about personal, individualized service. Love is about the work of our hearts. In America, our goal is to restore love, to reclaim it. Because all too often, those in power tell us not to love, not to do the work of the hearts. Just pay your tax. Let them worry about helping your fellow man. Let them worry about your neighbor. That's not the way it's ever been done in America. And we're starting to do it that way, and it's got to stop. So this weekend, we're going to remind ourselves, 35,000 volunteers. It's never been done before. 35,000 volunteers are coming to this city and to do the work ourselves. It is an urgent issue for all of us in America, vital, because if we can't do the work of our hearts, we are not truly free, nor will we ever be. I'm not saying that in other nations our brothers in freedom movement need to do the same thing. I'm not sure. It's up to you. It's up to you in each country to find out what it is. But if you don't base it in love, you will fail, and it will end, most likely, with this. A global movement of freedom. Freedom doesn't begin and end with tweets and this. But it doesn't come in one flavor. It doesn't depend on one model of success. So to my friends in other nations who are looking to build their own Tea Party movement, a simple message: don't be distracted by technology. Don't be distracted by the accessories of freedom. Don't be distracted by the American model. It's our Constitution. It is our Declaration of Independence that matters. Nothing else does. The three-cornered hat isn't for you. The Tea Party that's us. We'll keep that if we have to. You find your own touchstones. Discover your own history. Everything you need, you have. You'll find it where you live. Your history will point to freedom. You just have to look. It's been there. Your ideas will win the day, but there are no shortcuts. And know this: hard work lies ahead, because every man has been endowed by their Creator, and that includes you and your neighbor. If you don't do the hard work, the results won't last. We're seeing that today in America. We sometimes take for granted the freedoms that we enjoy, and those who want to take those freedoms away, they count on us to relax our guard, take our shortcut. Just post a few videos on Facebook and let it go at that. But winning freedom took blood, and keeping freedom takes commitment and intelligence and hard work. Freedom is like the heart. It's a muscle, and if you don't exercise it, if you don't push it to the limit every so often, it gets weak and it doesn't work well, and eventually it just gives out. Benjamin Franklin is one of my favorite founders. The whole world knew who Benjamin Franklin was. He was probably the most important scientist of his day. When he walked out of our constitutional convention, someone said to him, "Well, doctor, what have we got, a republic or a monarchy?" And Franklin said, "A republic, if you can keep it." So my message to my friends from foreign lands who are coming here to Dallas is the same as my message to Americans who are coming here or just going to watch it at home. Securing freedom is the work of every man and every generation. And if you do the hard work, the results will last. And the freedom you win will belong to you and your countrymen forever.